Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 56 of Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch, August 4th. We do have some outstanding quests. We have the assault job. I believe the reward number 1 was voted on, and that has yet to be taken care of. And then we have the covert installation mission. The preference of which one I work on first will be left up to you in maybe about 10 minutes or so, once people start filtering in. Glitch, thanks for the bits. Vihel for the resub. And there's the hype train. So, as far as the C-Bot box goes, we have 2 of 5, and that would be our second relic. Our first one sits here in our reliquary. And we're going pretty strong. Stronger than I thought we would be. With that said, the mech cluster did give us a fair bit of trouble, and I'm starting to want to move into recon armor. The issue with the recon armor, of course, is we don't really have a renewable source of plasteel, which might be where a long-range mineral scanner comes into play. I will have you all vote on whether or not that is the route we take. But it seems to be becoming increasingly clear that that might be the route we need. We did take on a quest to deal with a swarm of man-hunting elephants, which went super awry. We have the rewards. Oh, I guess we hauled the rewards. We had the rewards, and what ended up happening was they stomped this caravan here to death, and one of the muffalo of the caravan let them into our perimeter. And I don't really have backups for the perimeter, which is something I actually want to build. And the net result was we had to fight very scrappy. It got interesting pretty quick. Kellyanne and Guero, thanks for the bits. Yeah, the best way that I can say for dryads who seem to completely and utterly violate zoning is to forbid doors. They will respect doors. Alright, full map hauling is what the dryads are going to be set at. Able to haul anything except for Night Divinity. Night Divinity here, the elephant, needs to stay in the ranch to be trained. Other things I wanted to do, I wanted to move this little sandstone shelf that we were putting food on outside because it is blocking this Gauranlen tree, but the thing is this tree doesn't really have any pruning focus, so that is not so much an issue. If we take a look at the ranch here, one of the issues that we're going to have is, well, we can't really support the current animals that are in here. Let me add an elf. Well, we can't even add an elephant because they're not even supposed to be in here. One of the other things I might be able to do, if we want to keep the animal, yeah, well, let me do this. I'm going to create a zone called Grove, and I'm going to very crudely paint a swath of this grove here, subtract out the anima grass in the center, and allow this elephant to graze everything sort of close to the base, to his heart's content. And that way, the elephant and the yaks are not competing for the same food. The thing is, the Emperor, the mother yak, is giving birth to a lot of yaklings, or whatever you want to call it, and it's becoming a little bit of a burden. It's a lot of a burden. Okay, a little bit was a lie, an understatement. A lot of a burden. All right, so this will be Night Divinity's bed. This is still, of course, technically enclosed in walls, so and keeping him safe so that he doesn't go wandering around, easier to train, etc. All right, that about sums up the recap. Oh, trying to get some extra Devil Strand for the Devil Strand farms. That's something that we're doing. We still have that outstanding volcanic winter that's been going on for 18 days, paired with the fact that we are needing to use more grow lights and neurochargers and all that. Definitely struggling keeping the lights on in this colony. We're managing it. But pretty soon here, this Nutrifungus, actually, most of this Nutrifungus is ready to go. We are going to be switching over from making our biofuel with meat over to making it with Nutrifungus and feeding Nutrifungus to the animals so that they can eat. So this shelf here is going to be raw food, vegetarian, raw fungus, and that will be their food source. Maybe time to find another geothermal generator? Perhaps. I have some, but the problem is they have trees in them, so I have to wait for the trees to die in order to build on them. I'm not allowed to destroy or kill trees, you know, purposefully, so. As a net result, I just have to wait for the trees to naturally die off. I suppose what I could do is start to set up for that one as well. So I have these two. So let's go ahead and do that. Zardus and Highland Timber, thanks for the bits as well. So the easiest way to do that is to paint over the zone and then subtract what we don't want to pave. And this should be part of the allowed zone. So currently, my colonists are restricted to only what is allowed, so I can dictate and designate where I want them to go and what I want them to do. So I have to add it to the zone. We were concreting up this pad here in order to build in the future once the trees are cleared. I really should have put the pad down first, but once the trees are cleared, to build a bit of a kill box that goes in this way. I think that will be the sort of a future task. Jazz and Kevin are going to be popping out of here in just minutes. Kadath still has the remainder of the 4-day cycle. Once Jazz and Kevin pop out, I'm going to have to make sure to clean the area because all the pod fluid, the slime, is going to slow down Kadath's, de-ager. Come on. So, as you can see, the cycle has been completed, and Jazz and Kevin expect a new de-aging cycle in 1 year. 60 days in RimWorld is a year. It can be done ahead of time, so that's something else to note. You can have them do multiple cycles in a row, and then their expectation for de-aging decreases. So someone like Jazz here, it actually wouldn't be a ridiculous and terrible idea, given her advanced age, to have Jazz go through another cycle sort of immediately. Because Jazz is 60, and age-related illness and disease is more likely, I think after 55, I'd have to check on the age that RimWorld had plugged in. But keeping your pawns under that age limit is beneficial, whereas Kevin here is only 43. It's not like he's going to become frail or demented or cataracts or anything like that anytime soon. So that's actually an advantage that you can give yourself in order to hedge against the sort of aging that you might end up having. And then I'm going to put Mr. Johns through a cycle as well. His is a healing cycle, and that is for a scar on his arm that causes pain. The minimum cap before they desire age reversal is 25. I think that's actually for non-transhumanists. For transhumanists, I'd have to look at the patch notes again because they changed it from 18 to 20, but I think there is a difference between transhumanism and non-transhumanism. That non-transhumanists don't like to be de-aged under 25, whereas transhumanists might not care, but I again have to check on that because I was skimming the patch notes and things change in RimWorld nearly every day. At 51, the major bad stuff starts. Got it. So if we take a look at our population here, like Mara, for instance, probably could go in for an age cycle. Now, the other thing is, you can interrupt the age cycles and you only have a little bit of, like, age sickness. But it's definitely in our best interest to... make sure that we have not too many people in the pods at once. because if there's too many people in the pods, who's to defend ourselves? So if Mara's going to go in for an age cycle, one of the things I'm probably going to want to do is to make sure that I have someone available, enough shooters available to mount a proper defense if in the case that I get invaded. The Yoda cam. Hey, Yoda, perk your head up, buddy. Or not. Hey, buddy. He's like, hey, leave me alone. Maybe a little friendlier than that. Oh, I didn't realize she would jump right in. There is... Okay, yeah, let me clean up some dirt. There we go. Hauling all that fungus seems to be a pain. You know, maybe a little bit, but happy to have it. Very happy to have the fungus. And then, of course, the fungus is going to be turned into the chem fuel. So what I'm going to do here is raw fungus is going to be stockpiled in this low stockpile and not anywhere in my kitchen. So let's make sure that I deselect it. We aren't fungus lovers like tunnelers might be. So I have to make sure that it's not allowed. And then another thing I could do is the lavish meal bill. I can say, hey, the ingredient range is down to 12. Same with the pemmican. That way, if I forget to deselect it, not that much of a problem. Because there's not likely to be fungus. Well, actually, there's fungus here on this this shelf. So let me take a look at that zone again. Okay, 12 allows it to not draw from the shelf. Good. And give the puppies a treat. Of course. Hey, dude. There. Oh, don't lose it. Alright, so I have 5 of my people in pods. Mara, Kadath, Mr. Johns, Jazz. Oh, 4, I guess. And all of this extra fungus will be hauled to this stockpile where it will be turned into biofuel. The other thing I wanted to do is to haul in this... brownout. Haul in the elephant leather. So that we don't let it rot out there. Same with the tusks. And the gold. So it's not stolen. Shield, thanks for gifting out a sub. I don't know, the yak milk probably should not be stored out there either, but I'll figure that out. Alright, so we're having a bit of a brownout, obviously. And that indicates that it might be time for me to stick additional power sources in the base. Given the ambient temperature of this base isn't as solid as it could be, I'm going to put some chem fuel here to help not only power the base, but then also heat it up. And then if we ever have a surplus due to high wind and high solar, good sunlight, I can always turn off these generators and conserve fuel. So that's not that much of a problem. Kiara, thanks for the resub as well. There we go. So, brownout resolved. I could also turn off the ground pen scanning. Yeah, I'll keep that on for now. I might want that. Aren't brownouts interrupting the pods? Yes. Well, that's exactly why I fixed that quickly. Alright, this is a royal tribute collector. They're just hanging around doing their royal tribute. This is strange. You have a psychic foil hat. Okay. Well, yeah, whatever. So here's Bernona setting up the sort of marsh trap that I have that I want to install to make it easier for me to capture or to kill incoming raiders. Codsworth working on the Dryads. I guess it dropped again. It dropped under the minimum threshold for yet another Dryad, so we have yet another immature Dryad. Oh, this is so frustrating. I hate this. I hate almost everything that is involved with the Gauranlen trees. It is obnoxious, but hey, whatever. YouTube is... So, episode 10 just aired, and this would be hour 46. So, it would be 36 hours behind, something like that. Alright, so these guys are having plenty of food now with the raw fungus. The other thing I might want to do, it depends on how quickly the raw fungus turns over, but I might want a fridge for them. Maybe moving a barn for the elephant. Actually, which reminds me, the elephant is going to get cold being out here. So once it gets too cold, we're heading into the summer, so it's not that much of a problem, but once it gets too cold for Night Divinity to be in the Grove, due to winter temperatures, I'll have to think about moving Night Divinity. So here's the questions I have for all of you. What is my current focus? We have the covert relic info or the assault mission. Those would be the two. And this time, polling is working, so it's up. Awesome. Just a reminder of those two. One is the covert installation mission, where we sneak in. The Fallen Empire sends a shuttle for us for 5 colonists. We sneak in and take and hack the terminals in the complex. And then the assault job is one where we send 5 soldiers to carry out an attack on 7 soldiers for 5 pirates for Camp Loot and Altec Shirt. It's actually one of the reasons why I made a ship landing beacon, so that I could control where the loot lands. And where I go will be up to you. Build it. Alright, that door should help me traverse a little bit faster. And here, Orange Chaos and Silent Bop, Jazzium Fangorn, they're all hauling a little bit of uranium that I mined out of here. So this uranium is done, I think. Let me remove the plan zone. Yep, the uranium is tapped, so I can remove that from the allowed zone. Okay, I have almost 500 gold, so I definitely don't need to be gold mining at the moment. The added uranium, I'm hoping to turn into mini turrets, for the record. Because uranium mini turrets are almost as good as plasteel ones, and they're not flammable, so they're going to be instrumental in the defense of this colony. I hope. Silent Bop reporting for duty. There is currently a bug with persona weapons. So if you take a look at this persona weapon here, as you can see, it is not biocoded. It is something called bonded. Tynan said that he'll fix it, but be very, very, very careful not to accidentally smelt your biocoded or what you would think would be biocoded weapons, because it might not be biocoded. And, wait, who the hell... What? Cool. A social fight where they murdered one of them. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so you all have voted. The covert relic info is going to be the priority. And it is 2 p.m. So this is to send 5 people. And in order to do this, I think we need to wait for Mr. Johns to finish the cycle. Because Mr. Johns would be the hacker extraordinaire. So I'm going to wait for that cycle. The other thing is, 7 pirate... provide 7 soldiers for the attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even have 7. I'm going to have to wait for Kadath, which will be very tight, because Kadath is popping out of his pod in 2.7 days, and this quest expires in 3.4. So, I actually think the I didn't check close enough. I think the assault mission's going to be done first. Yeah. I'm not sure that there's a solution there. I do want to add a door here. Maybe not physically there. I want to give access to this farm for my dryads. The reason being, I can have them help to haul the fungus. Did I update my game today? I'm not on the experimental branch, no. So are you talking about moving the Gauranlen trees? Because that is not something I have in my current branch. I haven't actually even looked at the experimental branch patch notes yet. I can move any tree? No. Then no. That is not something I'm able to do right now. It sounds phenomenal, but also impossible. Yeah, I've been trying to do my very best in now when I am recording for YouTube, the intros and stuff, I'll read off what version I'm on to remind them that a lot of the features that they think I'm not taking advantage of didn't exist. As a little reminder, a polite little reminder of, yeah, I understand that I'm not doing X, Y, or Z, but it's because it didn't exist for me when I was recording this. The YouTube comments are not always terrible. The vast majority of them are fine. Every now and then, there's one commenter that thinks that they prove themselves or something by being as insulting as possible, but it's very, very rare that that's the case. Most comments are great. The vast, vast majority of them I have no issue with at all. A hydrate. I don't mind that at all. As toxic and mean as the internet can be, I don't really experience that myself. I'm fortunate. I also actively avoid toxic games. As some of you might know, there are certain games I just don't play. I don't play MOBAs and stuff like that. That sort of attract the toxicity. Because why? Why invite that into your life? If you really love it, okay, but I don't like those kind of games enough to actively want to do that to myself. Orange Chaos, thanks for gifting out a sub, and Omega Roach for the follow. Oh, did I build? I built this backwards. I'm an idiot. It's supposed to be wood on the outside, stone on the inside, not the other way around. If you're wondering why, I can give you a justification. I've already benefited from this. So when you're running from something dangerous, this is what I do when I don't have auto doors. The wood doors open and close very, very quickly. And then if something scary is chasing me, I trigger the door to be closed on my way out, which then shuts the granite doors, or the stronger door, as like a incursion prevention. So you'll often find me building the fast opening doors on the outside and the slow opening doors on the inside, because the inverse doesn't work as well. But just having any sort of airlock is better than no airlock. So this is not good for heat, however. It's better for security. But it's not that hard to heat this base, so it's fine. Yeah. The thing about auto doors is, and this is true of anything that requires components to build, I don't tend to use them really at all because of the amount of components it takes to maintain them. Any veteran player of RimWorld probably knows what I'm talking about. Things that plug in break down, and the amount of repair that auto doors require for components is like mind-bogglingly absurd, which is the exact reason why I don't touch. I really don't use auto doors ever. Even in cases that I could benefit from them, like some of these doors could be auto doors. Probably should keep the axe out of here, actually, because what's happening here is we're just having to clean this spot because of the concrete pad. So I'll just have this door closed. And farm animals no longer trigger the stats of doors. Ooh, this is yet another calf? All right, well, I'll be blunt. I don't think it's likely that we become yak ranchers, but here's a raffle. I just want you to let you know that very likely I axe yaks to the max soon. Not that I don't like yaks, but we're not ranching ideology here. So it doesn't really make that much sense to have a bajillion of them. It wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to take the fully grown ones, like Bonep here, who's now 1 year old and an adult, and bring Bonep and any of the other adult ones to sell. King Fu is still a juvenile, but will age up soon. Because, you know, they're worth something. And I can make money that way. Alright, there we go. So now we have... So the pet hauling zone, the full map hauling, is now going to include this farm here, so that the Dryads can help me haul the fungus. Alright, the Kadath timer is 1.7 days. The timer on the assault job is 2.3. Looks like my power has stabilized a little bit, which is good. With Kadath and Mr. Johns out of commission, I'm probably going to turn off all the crafting and that stuff. The Animagrass is making some good progress, even though one of our Animagrassers, prayer people, is in a Biosculpt pod. I do feel like Biosculpt pods should benefit from like a vitals monitor or something like that to speed it up even faster. I mean, it doesn't. It's not a linkable. But I do feel like the 4.5 day demand is... I don't know, it's steep. Alright, looking at... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carrier dryads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds for them. This yak is using what was Night Divinity's bed. I'm not sure Night Divinity is actually getting much training. And a psychic drone for females that is high. That's going to be annoying. So, hey, females. Lavish. 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 Okay, all set. The other females that I didn't throw in there on the lavish meals is they're in the pods. If moving trees becomes a thing, a super druid forest. Well, you know, if you can move trees, I would love to be able to move ambrosia plants. I know ambrosia plants die after like 2 or 3 harvests, but still, I wouldn't mind. Sounds like a good time to me. So Bernona's single-handedly making a lot of progress out here with the concrete pad and the marsh retaining wall. And this over here too. Getting the pad for this as well. I'm gonna get rid of the planned geothermals for now because they're just ugly. Yeah, 13 transhumanist ponds means that one will always be in a pod. It's super annoying. I agree. Well, I also think that I think the pods shouldn't have such a long biotune timer. If I was to change it, it would be like a season, not a year. At a biotune timer of 60 days, you're basically going to have 1 pod per transhumanist. There really isn't a substitute. So why even call it biotuned? Just call it biocoded, right? Because who's going to wait 60 days to change users? That's absurd. All right, giveaway is done. Maxu, I'm assuming you're finished. You are going to be a yak burger in the future, but congratulations. Yeah, so I would probably change the pod cooldown to 15 days or a season instead of 60 days or a year. I think that's a little bit more reasonable amount of time. And then I think it would be a little bit less annoying because instead of having 1 pod per person, you could have 1 pod per 3 people or so. And that's a lot. That would make a lot more sense. That would take up a lot less room. It's just because currently it is a little ridiculous. Just a wee bit ridiculous. Is Empire pregnant? Oh yeah, she's already pregnant again. The pregnancy rates of these yaks is a little absurd. Oh, they're going hard here. Yeah, the only things that you can move is trees, not plants or ambrosia. I'm sure that can be extended in mods, but yeah, that's good to know. All right, so she's continuing the concrete pads. And the quest timer here is 1.7 days. Kadath is 1 day away. So we'll have about 0.7 days, 7/10 of a day to do the assault. So I guess the assault's going first. The other thing I would probably do is have these neural chargers and bioscout pods not draw power unless they're recharging or being used. That would be another change that I would make. A quality of life change, because like a smelter does that. Or maybe not a smelter, well, no, I don't know. What do the orange trees dryads get me? What are the benefits? So they can spawn up to 4 dryads, and I can pick the type of dryad I want them to spawn. So they can spawn carrier dryads, which move at 2.4 speed, have a carry capacity of 50. Bark skins, which are high armor and they're tanky. Claws, which do more damage, but they can't tank. Woodmakers that make wood every 2 days. Medicine makers, berry makers, and Gau makers. So the Gau makers make new trees, and they are special in that they require tree connection. All the other types of dryads do not require tree connection. They're versatile, but ultimately very limitedly useful. Most of the dryads are more work than reward. But for this season, we're role-playing to work them, so be it. Work shall be done. All right, how's Bernona's concrete pad coming up? Ooh, Yeah, we're just about filled that all in. Nice. Yeah, they don't run from raiders. They don't really listen to commands. They kind of just do what they want. I would say the carriers are definitely the most beneficial. Having pet haulers that haul and don't require food is kind of nice. But they're not perfect by any means. Okay, Bernona's getting that made. Yeah, Roomba Dryads, that would be a thing. That would be a thing I would care about. If they oh, Bonup's now pregnant. Great, we're gonna get double yak. A smack of yak attacks. And kin of Mr. Johns. Caviar. And these are Kasigo kinship visitors. Hopefully they don't see what happened to their trade caravan. But my guess is they're gonna walk straight to those corpses. Yep. Well, it's not my fault. Oh god, literally they're standing on the bones of the... Okay. It's not my fault. Trade caravan wouldn't leave in time. Okay, so here Set is crafting a whole... Oh, never mind. He is going to be slaughtering... Wait, Set, you're... Oh, it's a male psychic drone. I misread that. Well, alright. Go slaughter... Oh, it looks like you're slaughtering dryads. Yep, sorry, Orange Chaos. You're dead. Oh, and he's not done. He is not done. Yeah, dryads are still classified as an animal. I don't know where he's going. Oh, here he comes. Alright, perhaps I should do something about this. Oh, he's done. Well, you had a nice long life of, how old were you when you died? I don't even know where your corpse is anymore. I think the other dryads ate you. I'm joking, but I honestly don't know where you went. You went poof. Well, there will be another immature dryad spawning in 5.2 days. You made it for 2 streams. Yeah. Thanks for the bits, and I apologize. I could have stopped him, but I kind of didn't. Alright, so here's the trade caravan, a good way to get rid of unwanted tribal weapons. They have a flak helmet, and herbal meds, and pemmican, so let's just take the silver. Oh, actually, you know what? Hey, you. I'm going to gift you recurve bow, great bow, pila, and the LMG. You can just have it for free. From friend to friend. Take your dead caravan's junk. Gives me 1 rep. You're welcome. Yeah, I thought it was going to go for a yak and I was going to let it play out. And then it didn't go for a yak and I was upset. Your horse from Browncoat Rebels made it a lot longer. Well, you know, I have a question for you, chat. Should Orange Chaos get the next dryad? Yes or no? There is some redemption here. If chat deems it. If they don't slam the gavel on your head. Cheers. I really did think that he was going to go for a yak, and I was just going to let that happen. So Kadath's popping out in 5 hours. And then we are going to make effort to... Oh man, I have a lot of chem fuel now, don't I? Cha-ching. We're going to make effort to to get those quests done so that I can get on with it. And then the rest of the focus here, I might leave up to you guys. Have you all sort of polled and voted whether you think a proper kill box is in, should be focused on, or something else. It'll be up to you. Whether I don't know. What? These little dryads make for good haulers. Look at them go. Hauling steel. Hauling a Gauranlen seed. Hauling more steel. I guess there's a seed out here that I never picked up. Alright, so, taking a look at the assault job. We're gonna have to send... What are the timers on Jazz? Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna have to send a pacifist to an assault job. I hope that even works. I'm not certain it does. For real? Okay, it's a breach raid. They have 1 termite. Attempting to send all animals to the ranch. You know what I'm gonna do? I have that assault task. Let's call our ally for backup. And then everybody else is going to be calling us behind walls. Keep people safe. Military aid. Alright. Good luck. Where'd the other aid come in? Is that it? Alright, well, if that's it, hold on. I don't think I can call in the tribals for military aid. And it looks like Orange Chaos, you get the next drat. Oh no, here we go. Military aid. No, too low level for transport. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fine. I will call them in for a trade caravan, which is like military aid that carries goods with them. Because that's how it be sometimes. Miss Brunona, could I get you to get an Insanity Lance worn with 2 charges? Because if we don't want to be termited, all I really have to do is make the termite crazy. Oh my god, that is a lot of lancers. All I have to do is make the termite crazy, and the termite gets murdered, and then the threat goes bye-bye. So. The assault job quest expires really soon. Oh, Kadath, please, Fang, clean up his slime. So Mr. John's 15 hours, Jazz 13 hours, Quest in 16 hours, Mara in 20. Got it. Now these guys are certainly not enough to defend against this, this termite raid, but they're going to do something. Cosmic Space Cow, thanks for the recent follow and the bits. I saw that you were in my recent follower queue 3 hours ago. I appreciate it. Thanks for turning out. So the risk here is that Bernona gets shot by one of the Lancers before she gets close enough, but I think it'll be fine. Because she's already out of there. And Termite's dead. And now I'm going to use the Royals as cannon fodder. And then just leave and use my kill box, because it's not cowardice, it's tactics. It's funny, the Shattered Empire is kind of fashioned from like sort of a Roman Greco style, and the Romans were renowned for conquering lands and then forcing the lands that they conquered to offer up auxiliaries, you know, troops that are basically expendable to be on the front lines. So I'm doing the same to the Shattered Empire here. I'm basically requiring the Shattered Empire in a cruel twist of fate to be my auxiliary. Is that a royal silver plate? I have no idea. The thing with ideology is typically the people of that ideology will show up in the colors that they want to have. So sometimes it's a silver royal plate, sometimes it's just dyed white now. It's hard to tell. Alright, one important thing that Brunona's going to need to do is to pop open these doors so that there's a valid path for these raiders so they don't just bash every single door on their way in. Another thing I'd like to do soon is to get some uranium slug turrets made here-ish once I drain the swamp a little bit more so that anything coming in from the marsh gets totally annihilated instantly. Uh-oh. Move faster! Jazzium! No, 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 don't turn around! Oh my god, dryads are so dumb. I hate dryads. I hate dryads. They are the worst. You, go. 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 Just go. Don't stand there. Just go. No, no, don't go back. Don't stop going back. Gonna wring your little neck. Oh my god! Makes me, oh, where are you going? That, Fangorn, the ranch is this way. It's this way. I don't know what you're doing, but I know it's wrong. Okay, no, don't use this door or that door. Fangorn, Fangorn, focus, focus. Go to the ranch. The ranch. All right, animals. Ranch again. Sometimes you could get them to like fix themselves by reissuing move orders, and then sometimes you're just out of luck because they're dumb. Codsworth and Kevin are gonna get married. So yeah, they're trying to haul things right now. Is that it? Here, no, actually, that's not true. Because I can tell you why it's not true. There are no valid zones for them to haul to in this ranch. I don't have any stockpiles other than this fungus in this ranch for them to haul to, so I know they're not queuing up haul tasks, they're wandering. And if you look at their AI, it says they're wandering. So they're just being dumb. There's no other explanation for it. They're just dumb. They're dumb little creatures that frustrate me to no end. Alright, Night Divinity, you're great. You stay where you are. I feel like they reinvented... Because, like, these guys are in the wrong spot, too. I feel like they reinvented the AI for some unknown purpose. Why are these mechs still coming this way? And, whatever they did to reinvent the AI, they, like, just made them super stupid. Right, because they're wandering. I guess what it is, I guess if I was, from a programming standpoint, I would say, the problem is that when they don't have tasks, they don't care about zone restrictions. They just do nothing. They just wander around because they're like, oh, okay. Master doesn't care what we do, so let's go do whatever we want. And that's, therein lies fundamentally the problem. Wait, what are you shooting? What are they shooting at? Oh, they're breachers, and they're just, like, shooting at the wall. Okay, yeah. Alright, Noodle. You're gonna be a target. This is one of the things that breachers do when there are no breachers, is they just start plugging away at random walls. So, Bernona, go repair this wall. And Knath, get cover and fire on these dummies. Alright, Sed, you get cover here. Kevin, you stay there. Whoa, okay, I'm being shot at now. This is a dangerous game. Yep, dangerous, like I said. Oh, and there goes a lung. Well, the Breachers had no desire to go through the deadfalls. And I'm going to have these guys pull back, because that's going to be a no-win scenario. And instead, I'm going to fall back to the turrets that I have constructed. Well, Noodle, yeah, you come back too. Alright, we don't currently have a prisoner that I can delung, but we'll work on that. And Yoda was napped, yes, so don't redeem the Yoda. He's eaten. Well, this Lancer's just an now. Oh, don't do that. Please and thank you. Close this door. Alright, said you go inside. Well, are they just attacking more walls? They are. I'll take stupid tactics for 100. I guess I'll just hope that they head towards my turrets here. Yes. Destroy them walls. Yep. You got it. Keep going. Alright, you did it. Are you done yet? Chat question. Should I beam these dudes into nothing? This, of course, would trigger the tree ravage. The tree ravage penalties, but I'll leave it up to you. I could, A, be patient and wait for them to get a little bit closer to my kill box, or B, just super nuke. 'Tis up to you. Now, if they come a little bit closer into the marsh here, I could probably beam them without the destruction of trees. Well, I don't know. Alright. The other thing is I could try to hit them with a Dooms here as well. Kanath, the bench is back on. I like how all they care about is get the walls, everybody get the walls. You fools. Alright, looks like don't nuke them into nothing. Okay, here we go. Now they're moving, One. I don't really have good weapons because most of my guys are in pods, and I don't want to pop the pods out because I'm trying to conserve time here. Once these here, if I turn these on, maybe they get drawn as a target. Nope, they're going after another door. Okay, well, there's a unique opportunity here. Oops, I didn't mean to speed things up. I think I can get them without destroying... Oh, keep that on. Without destroying too much, because right now they're open. This is fine. There's like a tree in this blast zone. All right, and then if we take a look, trees disturbed. You know, only lightly disturbed. That's not so bad, right? Could be worse. All right, Bernona, go get your assault rifle. And Kadath, go get your... I guess what we could do is actually try to snipe them out. So, Sed, grab a sniper rifle. Kadath, grab a sniper rifle. And Bernona, grab a sniper rifle. And, there. I kind of ignored your... Oh. Out. I kind of ignored the poll results, but it's because I managed to do it without destroying too many trees. I saved the trees. Alright, Sed, you have a sniper rifle? Yep. And Kadath has one. Alright, so I'm going to come out here and try to encourage the mechs. Okay, they are moving. Encourage the mechs to head west, as damaged as they are. Kadath, you patch up Bernona. And let's have these keep moving. Alright, so Bernona's all healed up. I did not get my inspiration from Diablo 2. No. I've been named Rad longer than Diablo 2 has been out, actually. I got it from Greek mythology. Rhadamant was a Greek demigod. God, what are they doing? These stupid mechs are... I don't have any concept of their thought processes. They're just going wherever they want, doing whatever they want. They're going back to my wall and destroying more wall stuff. Alright, that makes sense. Yep, that checks out. Alright, this Scyther's probably not the prime target. In fact, Kevin and Fang, could you just pop on out here and make this... No, stop focusing on the Scyther. Make the Scyther liquid. Oh, it's already liquid gold. Good. Alright, Noodle, I'm going to ask you to come out to offer yourself up as a target. Because we are getting shot at by the pike, and I already have a lung shot out of me. I think Bernona's behind a tree, but I'm not sure. Yeah, she was behind a tree. It's weird that hiding behind trees is a tactic that we so willingly use, considering that we are instructed to protect trees. Don't shoot that one. Quest expires in 4 hours. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in time. Obviously, defending my base takes priority over quests that take me abroad. We're almost done, however, so there's a small possibility of going. I think that was the last one. So, alright, let's do it. Assault job. Accept. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Bernona, before you enter... And Sed, before you enter... Actually, hold on. Everyone stop. Bernona, tea, beer, and maybe someone's wake up. Jazz, you are all set, so you can go in. Kevin, you are fine enough, you could go in. Fang, you're fine enough, you could go in. Noodle, you're fine enough, you could go in. Kadath, you should eat a meal. And Sed, you should eat a meal. Trying to manage everyone's moods before they head on in. And then Bernona, a meal as well. Alright, Sed and Kadath. And then another thing I'm going to be looking for is one of the pirates that we assault. I'm going to capture for their lung, because we lost a lung. Alright, and 7 makes go time. We're going to snipers? Yep, we are. Alright, so all that is left is the pacifist Codsworth and then 2 people in a pod. Solid defense. Very solid defense. How far are we going? Whoa, what the hell? Choo-choo. This is a long way off. They really had to outsource. The reason I like sniper rifles for these things is they outrange everything else, so they're kind of my go-to for taking out pirate camps. Can I get my walls back in shape? Yeah, eventually. I mean, I'm not worried about being attacked so immediately. But the animals here, let's go on full map hauling again. And then they'll start hauling the mechs away. Okay, we have been delivered. And let's take a look at their weapons. It's tribal. Okay, this is a joke. They're like brawlers. We have combat shotguns. Rip-a-ronies. Thank you for tuning in to the Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch August 4th. This episode was recorded playing version 1.3.3080. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep it in mind that the series has since ended. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.